is this? What are we doing? What's going on here? Voice connected. This shit sucks. Memeology. Study memes. Is my major. Really? It's whatever it could be. This works. Fuck it. This is big as a bomb, though. Yo, dog. Ready to sing your dick off? You done? Oh, man. Let's finish watching this shit.
And he gave me my first percussive music. And so, like, I value percussive music. like, and, and especially John and his family and Maggie. Like, really, I talk about John a lot, but really Maggie, she was really championed for me. And so, I, um, you know, what it taught me, actually, because I was a filmmaker up my own ass most of the time. But what it kind of taught me was, they might be going through shit in their life. You know, God forbid something health related, which is almost out of your control. But people are suffering and people are struggling. And I used to be a lot more cavalier about people and kind of fuck with people and be close with people and not really care as much. Now I'm acutely aware of people and what they may be going through. It's just the best way to emphasize. Perfect. Gentlemen, thanks very much. This was an awesome conversation. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you for letting us. 3.5 hours just flew by. Oh my God! I actually thought, oh, I guess he's wrapping it up quick. No, I think 3 hours. I thought it was like 90 minutes. 3 hours and 15 minutes. I thought it was like 90 minutes. No, very
Rogan podcast. Check it out. Nah, 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 nah. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. The Joe Rogan Experience. Check it out. Oh man, what's it gonna be? Some loser? Sure. Probably some douche who's talking strangers out all the way. All good day. What about just all day? Beef. Beef bitches. Bird storm. Who's this? I bet he sucks. Who's Nick Straussman? I bet he sucks. Oh man, I gotta take a dump. Perhaps. What do you think? It's hard to judge color. I don't really see color. All day. What the fuck is this?
Good to take care of what's going on, man. Good to see you, man. Thank you very much for that extraordinary piece of athletic equipment you brought to the gym. Absolutely. Yeah. Is there a photograph so we can show people what it looks like? Yeah, it should be on the website X Factor. And what is it called? It's called the X Factor. Oh, it's called the X Factor. What's the website? StoneX.com. Go to StoneX.com and check out the X Factor. That's right. It's actually pull it up, JD. Pull it up, JD. Isn't that nice to say that? Yes. Man, it's fun, right? It's very cool. It's here a minute ago. Yeah, push and pull rotational power machine. And for things like striking sports, that's huge.
Push reps.
Like the ability to push and pull at the same time while stabilizing your core. I mean, that is undoubtedly going to help people. Like, you're definitely going to be able to deliver more power in strikes. Right. Put it through, obviously, with force. That's all 3 points of motion. And then puts it in. That you can do something like that. I mean, I guess you kind of can do some tables with the table machine, but that seems better. Yeah, because you have a little bit of a balance component as well. But you're right, like you're blocking. Let's say you're a right hand, you're blocking on that left leg, stabilizing out the right hamstring. But yeah, especially when you get that little extra extension, I call it the little changer or obliques, it just locks it. So I'm interested to see what you come up with. It's pretty dope. And you were telling me that this was originally like you came up with this idea from an older machine that's not. Yeah. So I've been in this industry a long time, and as well as you have, but it's kind of taken a remastered series where we're taking all like the cool stuff that was could have been our designs, but could have been just old designs that just like kind of lost to the ages. And you're like, hey, that was a cool piece, but it sucked because you had to load it weird, or it was like maybe wasn't as safe as it could have been. And so it's like let's break the whole thing apart, figure out what was good about it, and then that was like the 8th iteration. We just kept playing with it, and it was like when you realized the double axis is what made the user experience cool. Then it was like, okay, this is badass. So, I sent that video to you, and then a couple colleges have already bought them, and then Ryan Crouch is world champion record holder in the shot put. It's like, yeah, like this is all rotational power. How do we turn that on? Yeah, it's so cool today because there's so much social media and there's so many videos and YouTube videos of people using equipment. Like 15, 20 years ago, you had to go to a gym and go, oh, what is that? Oh, that's cool. Where'd you get that? How's that work? The big guy in the gym, you had to like, hey, what's the deal? Yeah. You and I grew up in the same era where we were going to gyms all the time, and there's a bunch of quacks telling you to do stuff. Always, yeah. And then you bro scientists, total bro scientists. Yeah, and then you just like, hey, if that guy's really good at something. Yeah. Back in the day, I would, after I compete, probably much like you, after I compete, I would get whoever was better than me, I would offer to take them out to dinner. And I would just go, hey, like I feed them beers until they basically told me how they beat me. Like, they're just like, well, how much are you cleaning or what do you do? And then I would pick like some little idiosyncrasy of training. They're like, oh, we would do this contract.
What's
I'm like, what's that? I just keep digging and digging and digging until I figure it out. Well, I remember when I was competing. exercise
What
itself.
the
Just
fuck
hit
was
the
that?
bag, train.
But when do you think that? Well, you got Bruce Lee would do. I mean, he did some exercise.
Did a lot of isometrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had some lifting, but it was always pretty light. But what would you say was when that changed?
I think it was Evander Holyfield. I think it was Mackie Shillstone trained Evander Holyfield when he went up to heavyweight. And I remember myself at the time, so this was in the 90s, I remember thinking, what is he doing? This little crazy. He's going to fuck himself up. Doesn't he know that all these coaches have already figured it out?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, Evander got him trapped.
Dude, he was trapped.
He got
dealt
jacked.
it out.
He got jacked. Yeah. And he became a legitimate heavyweight. Also, pretty sure there were some Mexican supplements involved.
Yeah, he might have gone across the border.
I think it's a
It was the
strong
90s.
I think it's a strong possibility that there was some help. Because also, like, I never heard of anybody testing positive for steroids back then.
No.
And I know for a fact that some of those guys were on steroids.
I would not disagree.
I know people who know people, and I know I would
page.
fucking put it all on black.
Yeah. Well, because up until '91, steroids weren't even illegal as a controlled substance.
Do you know who caused it to be illegal? Joe Biden.
No shit.
Yep, that motherfucker. It was all him. Yeah, Derek in More Plates, More Dates was telling us about it the other night. Like, that motherfucker, he did it.
That should be a loan.
Well, I guess the idea is that people could abuse it, right? But here's the deal, folks. You can abuse almost everything.
Sure.
This is my argument against online gambling. There's a lot of people that think online gambling should be banned because so many people are losing money on online gambling. Shut the fuck up. Do you know how easy it is to not online gamble? It's so easy. You know how easy it is? I've never online gambled.
It makes two of us.
That's how easy it is to not online gamble.
I'd probably forget my password to get into the thing, but yeah.
Like, I'm not discounting the fact that gambling is addictive. I personally know gambling addicts. One of my best friends, Dana White, is a fucking gambling addict. He happens to be insanely wealthy, so he can get away with it. But
that helps.
I grew up in blue balls. I know gambling addicts. I get it. I'm not one.
Yeah.
So it's possible to, like, fucking have some self-control and discipline and willpower.
The weird thing, I've never done crack before.
Crazy. Crack is everywhere. It's a scourge of humanity. I've never done crack.
It's really weird. I've never even seen crack.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I saw cocaine once in my entire life, which is wild. Based on
that is pretty.
I know a lot of people, and it's like, yeah, like they just think I would just say no to this because I grew up in the 80s, just another generation. But I didn't think it was like a real thing
since I was in high school. I've never. Yeah. Which is kind of crazy because I know so many people who do coke.
Yeah.
But I was at a party in high school the last time I saw someone doing coke.
No way.
Yeah.
In your world.
Yeah, my world. Yeah. I don't do anything like that. I don't ever fuck around. I've never done coke. I've never thought about doing it.
Yeah.
Never had the desire. Because I was around people that were abusing it when I was in high school.
Sure.
So I was like, okay.
Do you think that?
Yo, dog. Can you hear yourself? I think so. Alright. So this guy just invents a fucking machine that he gets to fucking be on the Joe Rogan Experience? What up, Kimberly? How you living, girl? When's the last time you were fisted by a rabbi? Oh, are you fucking serious? Welcome, welcome.
Hey, dude.
How you living, Kim?
So, do you record yourself having sex? No offense.
Who knows? At this point, I have been doing this live for more than 3 years, and
Yeah, I heard.
yeah, so I may have some sex tapes out there. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, maybe. You know, like you probably have had sex on camera, but
Yeah,
no one's cared enough to record it.
no, I know people have likely recorded. I remember perhaps I was paid to fuck a guy's wife, and that might have been on camera. Who knows? Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. Interesting.
Cool.
So, okay, that isn't. It looks like a guy on the Joe Rogan background. Who's that guy?
Some. Um, I'll get you his name in a second. Just hold on.
I'm less interested in the name and more why you picked the guy.
Bert Soren. Soren. Dog, I didn't pick him. It's a podcast, my G.
I think that's because you're such like a strong personality and like kind of role model. You're like, hey, Joe's not doing that. Like, can you like muted? But they're like, there's
It
that
was just
role in that
paused.
and just hung over Joe. They just oh, okay, yeah. I think so. I've just not you see Rabbi Rothschild with the two exclamation points before it, right? But it's like playing right now. It's muted.
I don't like anything that gives you
You
like
can
a
hear that?
fictitious sense of worldview.
It's literally muted.
I'd rather be humble.
Okay, let me see.
I'm not interested.
I mean, delusion is a strong. I can take a strong suit.
No, you're good.
Sometimes,
You're
yeah,
good.
no, and it can get you wound up too.
Definitely. I think it gets you pretty far, and then your fucking wheels come off.
Speed bubbles. It's like when you're skateboarding when you're a kid. And just
Have you seen a guy on a motorcycle and you see when they do that, and you're like, no! This episode is brought to you by the Farmer's Dog. Dogs are amazing. They're loyal. They're lovable. Like, just having
How about
Marshall
now?
around can make my day 10 times better. I'm sure you love your dog just as much,
well,
and
I
you
guess I
want
can
to do
hear
your
it.
best to
There
help
you
them
go.
live longer, healthier, happier lives.
Wait.
And a healthy
No, that's
life
still
for
not
your
right.
dog starts with healthy
Hold
food,
on.
just like it does for us. There's a reason having a balanced diet is so important. So, how do you know if your dog's food is as healthy and as safe as it can be? Well, Farmer's Dog gives you that peace of mind by making fresh, real
There
food
we go.
developed by board certified nutritionists to provide all the nutrients your dog needs. And their food is human raised, which means it's made to the same quality and safety standards as human food. Very few pet foods are made to this strict standard.
I'm
And living food is
surprised
raised
that
and
it's
eating food span to span
1,500
just means it's
people
safe and
doesn't have
healthy.
any.
It's simple, real food from people
Yeah, I
who
mean, I don't
care
really ask
about
for
what
them.
goes
I
into
just
your
started it like
dog's
6
body.
months ago.
The Farmer's Dog makes it easy to help your dog live a long, healthy life by sending you fresh food that's pre-portioned just for your dog's needs. Because every dog is different. And I'm not just
What's
talking
good
about
in your
breaking
neck of
to
the
their
woods, original
size, to their
monster fan?
personality, to their health.
Do you like
Every dog
monsters?
is
Huh?
unique. Plus,
Which,
precise
Oh yeah,
functions can
definitely.
help.
like, who's your favorite monster?
Well, you want me to go an actual monster or drink?
I want to know why isn't it Cookie Monster?
Cookie Monster's a pretty good one. You
Yeah.
know the Wampus?
Let me see it. Hold on.
It's like a saber-toothed tiger or a sphinx with 4 legs. I like that one a lot.
It's an interesting one. What what makes you think? Why do you think you got into monsters?
Monsters that are creatures, I'm really not that into them. I just find them cool. And with the drink, I used to be a Red Bull guy before. When I used to work a job, right, I drink a Red Bull before my shift because I thought Monster was for gay people. But But then my uncle gave me a Monster Energy, and my uncle's pretty cool, and I really liked it more than I liked Red Bull, so it just became my drink.
There you go, big dog. What's your favorite kind of Monster? Monster Energy.
The white one.
Okay. Have you ever had their
Then second place was blue.
Have you ever had their mocha?
Or mocha.
Yeah.
Isn't it called like Mocha Loco? Yeah, it's pretty good.
Something like that. Yeah. All right. Very cool.
Have you ever had their salted caramel?
I may have. One time I tried 3 of them at once, just to see which one I liked more. But they were all coffee related. It could have been though. Um, they came out with like a coffee line or something like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So,
I know the type, the Java.
yeah, exact Java. There you go. Yeah, it was. I actually liked it a lot. It was really good. All right. So, how'd you find out about
Well,
me, man?
knowing like the three most common flavors of Java are, I think it's called cafe latte, which is just a typical latte. Then mean bean, which is vanilla, and then mocha, which is chocolate.
There you go. I think those are the 3 that I tried. Wow, you know a lot about them.
Yeah, based on that assumption, you know, you didn't have the Irish cream or the salted caramel, which
No.
is sad because those are the best ones.
Okay, so if I ever have to try one, those are the ones you recommend?
The one I recommend if you had to try Monster, right? If you wanted to run out to the gas station and try something new, either the peaches and cream or orange dreamsicle monsters.
Peaches and cream or orange dreamsicle monsters. Okay. And why do you recommend those? Why do you recommend those? They taste the best, or they give you the most energy?
They are the most unique
Okay,
by soda standards.
I gotcha.
I like White Monster, and that's pretty unique. Same with the original. And a lot of flavors really don't try to be original. They don't try to be unique. Like the golds and the strawberries and the peachy keys. You can get those in like Fanta flavors. But peaches and cream and orange creamsicle soda, the cream element in Monster tastes pretty good too. But it's mainly because you don't really find that in other soda brands.
Yeah, I would say it's quite unique. All right, now, have you gone back to, or even thought about going back to Red Bull since you jumped on the Monster bandwagon?
I still drink Red Bull pretty often. I stopped drinking the other flavors of Red Bull. So if I ever wanted something like white and coconutty, I just grab a white monster like naturally. But the main flavors of Red Bull, there's only two I have interest in anymore after I switched. So you could say my interest went from all five of the flavors down to two. That would be apricot and original.
All right. You don't think that original tastes like dog shit?
It's
I'm in agreement with
pretty much the only red apple soda.
you. Okay. Yeah, I would say that it's not an entirely, it's not delicious, I would say. It kind of is just like, I don't know, it almost to me makes you want to drink it slower because it's not really good tasting, perhaps. Um, I mean, other people may have
Yeah, I
disagreements,
don't entirely disagree with the fact that Red Bull doesn't taste that good, but I
but
like red apples.
then I'll tell you, the Monster, the 3 Java ones you named, those all tasted great. I mean, great. They're really good.
Yeah,
So if I may ask,
I'm not saying that like I don't drink Red Bull that often because of the taste. I don't think Red Bull's that good because of the taste. But if I want caffeine and I've been cycling around, a bunch of like original and white, and I haven't had anything new in a while, I'll go back to like an apricot or a regular Red Bull. It's not particularly good, but it adds something to variety, and it definitely does when you're short on red apple flavor in a lot of sodas.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. They really don't make a an apple soda. No one makes an apple soda. You get apple juice.
Everyone makes a green apple soda. Everyone has a green apple soda.
I mean, there's not like a Coca-Cola apple
Yeah.
or Pepsi apple. Like if you want something like that, then you get it from like Minute Maid, which is like a subsidiary of Coca-Cola.
Yeah, but it's not really carbonated, is it?
No, exactly, and
Exactly, yeah. You compromise on a lot.
yeah, definitely. Do you find you get the same buzz out of them that you should, or that you feel like you should?
Caffeine isn't really that effective on me.
I would imagine. I mean, you're like an energy drink connoisseur. I really mean that. For you to be able to be like, nah, there are three kinds of monsters and yada yada yada. That's a connoisseur. So
Yeah,
I imagine the
but even since one of my first experiences with anything related to caffeine, this is before I even drink coffee in the morning.
okay,
Um, I was about 13 years old and I wanted to pull an all nighter with one of my friends, right? The plan was I show up on Saturday mid afternoon, and then midday through, I mean, early Sunday morning, we'd go to church somehow off of no sleep, look just fine in front of a bunch of people this guy knows, and then, hang out, maybe finally get like a 2 hour nap at the end of that, right?
right?
I wasn't ready for it. So my idea was walk down to Taco Bell, and on the gas station right in front of it, I would grab two tropical 5 hour energies and pour them in my Baja Blast.
Okay,
That
and
was a solid 435 milligrams of caffeine.
right,
No,
just
470 milligrams of caffeine.
and that did the trick.
I took a nap when I got home.
I bet that was an amazing nap.
Yeah,
Very
and
cool.
it pretty much did nothing.
Excellent. Now, any other drinks that you like?
Oh, plenty of them.
Like,
I'm a huge fan of sweet tea.
okay, all right. Talk to me about sweet tea. I don't know that much about it. I mean, I know it's like a southern thing. It's just like
Yeah,
sweetened iced tea, right?
I'm from Georgia.
Okay, so then,
I see a lot of people. I've asked over 5 people their favorite flavor of Arizona iced tea, right?
okay,
I've never heard anyone say either the original or the peachy original.
okay,
And
so
those, I've even had
Peachy
others,
is the best though.
and they all say ginseng, and in my opinion, I'm not a big fan of green tea.
oh, that's interesting. Okay, what's the 99 cent one?
That's
They're
Arizona.
all 99 cents, unless you buy a gallon.
Oh no,
Unless
okay,
you live in California.
okay. So they're all 99 cents.
Yeah, unless you buy a gallon.
Okay, I mean,
The
I just
cans, which are about
the reason I don't
so like 24-ounce cans are 99 cents on average.
yeah, I don't drink it, but I can tell you at least the CEO seems pretty cool to me because he's made it. He says like, yeah, we could charge more for it, but we don't, and we don't have plans to, which I think is baller.
White baller.
Kind of got cooked right there.
Word dog. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I as I stream all the time, I have to reset my streams every once in a while, so that's just what I'm doing right now. But I'm more than happy to speak with you. If I may ask, how'd you find out about me?
My friend.
Well, shout out to your friend. Is your friend on Discord?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, very cool. Well, do you mind if I tell you a little bit about myself?
Oh no, not at all.
Excellent. Well, I'm Rabbi Rothschild. I've been live streaming 24/7, 365 for more than 3 years. I stream my life for world peace. I don't want war anymore. I like to do what I can to infuse the world peace discussion into the daily conversations that I have with people. I am a very major proponent in world peace and really having diplomatic relations amongst people of the world. I don't feel it's right for you to put your hands on me without consent, nor vice versa. I talk about a lot of things with people on here that aren't normally discussed in society. Things like anti gravity, antimatter, alien disclosure. Have you seen some of the things that have been happening on the east coast of the United States recently, particularly New Jersey?
No.
You haven't? Okay. I mean, I respect that. So if you didn't know, in November there was a congressional hearing on UFOs, and then basically for the last 2 weeks in New Jersey, they've had these UFO flaps where people have been seeing like 50 of them at once. Here, just so you're aware what's going on. Here's a lady, I think from Fox News, talking about it. Like she saw it herself along with her family. Um, let's see here. So this was 2 days ago. But basically, the government doesn't have answers to what these things are. Just one moment. Basically, these things are showing up every single night. You can go on Twitter or Reddit and just see they're all over the place in the sky, and no one knows what they are. And basically, no one's telling people what they are. But it's quite interesting. So we talk about alien disclosure, de-extinction, the idea of like Jurassic Park making it a reality. And if you think that's science fiction, the first successful de-extinction took place.
Oh, no, cloning is definitely a possibility.
Absolutely, cloning. The first successful cloning took place in the 1990s, but we're talking about de-extinction, and the first successful de-extinction took place in 2003 with the Pyrenean ibex, which was like a goat that was located in northern Spain.
I know about that goat. Yeah.
Okay.
Really big horns from the mountains. Isn't it Asian?
It's Pyrenean, so it was northern Spain, southern France. Yeah, I don't know if you know if we're talking about the same thing, because this goat only made it for 7 minutes of viability, but it was seen as a major advancement in the world of de-extinction. Fast forward to the year 2021, a company out of Dallas, Texas called Colossal Bioscientific is founded that has made it their goal.
They brought back an extinct species of ram to, like,
Um, so that happened in 2003. What Colossal Bioscientific wants to do is reintroduce the woolly mammoth using a an African elephant or African elephants and basically create hybrids and reintroduce them into the Arctic Circle within the next 3 years by the year 2028, which is extremely exciting as well. Following the woolly mammoth, they want to reintroduce the Tasmanian tiger and then the dodo bird, which very cool. I mean, these are things that you may be able to see in a safari or a zoo or some kind of um, similar type of environment. So those are some things that we talk about. We talk about life extension technology. When you were born, original Monster fan.
Okay, Rabbi, where do you think I should send the article about what I was mentioning earlier?
You can send it to my Discord. Just one moment. I'll send it to you.
DM? Okay, okay.
Just one moment.
I need to enter my email address to read on the Washington Post about what homos.
I just sent you a request.
Okay. Oh. Huh.
What's that, big dog?
There we go. I think I had my information wrong.
That's okay.
I don't think this was cloning.
That's okay. Sorry. It happens. It's almost more impressive that you're willing to admit that than anything. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at it in just a second.
Nope, he cloned the embryos. Okay. Paragraph 4.
Okay, excellent. So, was this a company or a person?
This is the private hunting range owner.
Oh, okay.
Who did it legally in an attempt to have larger, sheep to kill for prize and for sport.
Was it successful?
Hmm?
Was it successful?
He did make quite a bit of money from it, but he got charged and fined $15,000.
Okay, I was gonna say I didn't think that.
Was successful, yeah.
I was gonna say I didn't think that was legal, so that makes sense.
It was actually legal for him to do all these things, but he did it without any permits or,
That's what I meant to say. You need, yeah, exactly. You have to be licensed to do it or whatever, certified.
And the guy didn't have the license, so he got fined 15 grand, which I'm willing to bet a lot of sheep breeders paid him more than 15 grand.
Yeah, probably just for one animal.
Well, so I imagine that it would be way more profitable to sell the sperm than the animal.
I'm in agreement with you.
So, do you think any of those sheep had DVC before?
No.
What a shame.
What a shame.
Why was he doing this?
Original Monster uh, fan, do you like karaoke?
Occasionally, why?
I sing it, but I wanted to know what karaoke you like.
Your mic gets progressively worse the further you get away from it.
Right. So, what kind of karaoke do you like?
Just the typical. Like you go up on stage and you sing like a little dance song from the '90s.
100%, man. 100%. I get that. Well, very cool. Well, in addition to talking about de-extinction, which we just mentioned, and alien disclosure, we talk about things like life extension technology, things like stem cells and cryonics and human growth hormone and cryogenics, and we talk about things like nootropics and ambrosia therapy, where you use the platelets of younger people for the benefit of older people. Basically,
Yeah, yeah.
when you were born organic monster fan, your life expectancy was probably age 80, age 100, and 120 were probably seen as nearly impossible. And with some of these utilizations of life extension technology, age 100, 120 may be more reasonable for the common person, perhaps. And but eventually your body's going to break down. And when that happens, there's another type of technology called mind uploading technology, where we scan your brain into a computer like a CAT scan or an MRI, knowing where every atom is in your central nervous system and your peripheral nervous system, for later download into an android, an avatar, a cybernetic being, a cyborg, a clone of yourself, a robot, whatever you want to be. But what I'm basically telling you is that you have an opportunity at digital immortality, which is really exciting.
Yeah. I find the first one pretty interesting, but the digital immortality is something that I would not be interested in doing for myself.
Hey, and every person should be entitled to their own decisions on that. There are some of us who never want to die, and that may become a reality for some people. And then there are people who just want to live a normal life and die at whatever age, and that may be you, and you should have that right as well. Just know, though, that we're basically creating a breakaway civilization between the people who can live forever and the people who will just live a normal Homo sapien life.
So, like, you think you will die before you take BBC, Rabbi?
Doug, if you aren't serious in here, I will just mute you.
No.
You have an obsession with this. It's quite clear, and that's fine. You need to go look at porn and get off. Hey, to each their own. Do whatever you need. But if you're going to interrupt important conversations with immature statements, or questions, that doesn't get us anywhere.
Man, I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
I honestly, in my opinion, I thought it was an important question.
Well, it's not. Not at this current time. Maybe in the future, perhaps, somehow, somewhere, that will be seen as a very important question. But currently, it's not. At least in my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. When it comes to the idea of living forever and a breakaway civilization, there's certainly the idea then that we may be able to travel extreme distances and not die, which can be very exciting for inner space travel, getting into interstellar travel, and then into intergalactic travel. Basically, one of the reasons why I'm such an advocate for world peace is because if we ever want to do any of the cool stuff that we maybe hear about aliens doing, we need peace at home. Basically, if you are a country, you need to have peace at home before you do kinds of colonization. You can't have a civil war and still be doing a lot of colonization, because that will make you weak. That will give you a weak foundation. So essentially, once we have peace here on Earth,
Yeah, I'd imagine, having motivation to attack something, right? Because attacking is way easier than defending. That attacking being able to happen
100%. 100%. So basically, ensuring that we have peace on Earth will then give us the ability to start space exploration, space tourism, terraforming other planets like Mars and perhaps moons like Europa. And then from there, we start getting into interstellar travel. The next closest star to our star, or to Earth, aside from our star, is Alpha Centauri, which is about 4 light years away. So basically, within if we could create safe travel, safe space travel, and without even manipulating the current laws of physics, if we can travel near the speed of light, it would take about 4 years to get there and 4 years to get back. So you'd be able to basically have inter interstellar travel within the next, I don't know about with a timetable for that, but within 8 years you'd be able to go there and back, which is really exciting. That's not that far away.
Yeah.
So those are some.
The thing is, I've heard a lot of people like have doubts about like light speed travel, and I have my own like matching light speed with a hunk of technology pretty much seems impossible. But that would be
Hold
the
on,
same
hold on, hold on, hold on,
sentiment
hold
that
on, hold
people
on. I get what you're
probably
saying.
had
I get what you're saying.
about sound speed travel.
Okay, speed of sound is different. That's like 800 miles per hour. That's not anything major. Speed of light is.
It's not that impressive, but it would be to someone a while ago.
Oh, 100%. Totally agree with that. But there are ways to travel faster than the speed of light. There are things that travel faster than the speed of light. They're known as tachyons. I don't know if you're familiar with these. I'm not a an accredited physicist. I'm certainly just an amateur physicist. But let me just let's find out all about them. Yo, dog, can you please tell me about some types of things that are faster than the speed of light? Perhaps things like tachyons. And please provide it in a list from like 1 to 20. And even hypothetical things could be in there. And just give the name of it and then a little blurb about it. I use AI all the time for this kind of stuff. So tachyons are number one. Hypothetical particles that travel faster than light. In theory, they have imaginary mass, which makes them impossible to slow down to sublight speeds. They've never been observed, but they show up in certain models of physics. So why haven't they been observed? Because they're moving so fast that I don't know how we could capture them. But according to models,
if it's moving faster than light, you can't see it. That was going to be a question.
Right. The next is warp drives, which are known as Alcubierre drives. It's an idea based on general relativity where space itself is contracted in front of the spacecraft and expanded behind it, allowing the ship to ride a wave of space-time faster than light without violating the laws of physics. This is essentially what. Do you know who Bob Lazar is?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Um, so Bob Lazar was a nuclear physicist at Los Alamos Laboratories in New Mexico and also Area 51, specifically Area S4. And one of his jobs, this is from the Joe Rogan Experience. If you've ever, well, yeah, you know Joe Rogan is. You were able to identify what's going on. So
I don't watch it regularly, but yeah, I know it.
excellent. So basically, the thought is that the UFOs that crash or have crashed, we've been able to reverse engineer them. And what is thought of is the way that they travel faster than the speed of light is using these types of warp drives. Essentially, they are able to create, using anti gravity and specifically element 115, a force field around themselves and then warp space time in front of them so that they're able to travel incredible distances instantaneously. The next is quantum entanglement. Entanglement particles affect each other instantaneously, no matter the distance. While information can't be transmitted faster than light in this case, the phenomena itself seems to defy the speed limits of classical communication. The next are wormholes, a speculative feature of general relativity. Wormholes are shortcuts through space-time, theoretically allowing faster than light travel between distant points. They're mostly theoretical and would require exotic matter to remain stable. But when we talk about exotic matter, we're talking about like element 115, which is known as moscovium, also unpentium. They're all the same name for the same thing. Um, there are causality violations in certain warped models of space-time. You could have paths that allow an effect to precede its cause. These can lead to scenarios where information or objects could travel faster than light. Closed time-like curves, theoretically, if you could bend space-time in a way that you loop back on yourself, as in time travel, you could travel faster than light in a closed loop, though these kinds of solutions are speculative and riddled with paradoxes. Another is phase velocity. In wave theory, the phase velocity of a wave can exceed the speed of light. For instance, light waves in a certain media or mathematical formulations of light behave in ways where their phase velocity might surpass c, or the speed of light, though this doesn't allow for the information transfer faster than light. Superluminal gravitational waves. Some models predict that gravitational waves might propagate at superluminal speeds under specific conditions, but this is very theoretical and doesn't suggest anything physically could actually travel faster than light. Axions, hypothetical particles proposed in some models of particle physics. These particles could potentially exist and have extremely low mass, and some variations of their theoretical behavior could suggest superluminal movement. I mean, just with AI, we were able to name like 10 of them. Now, let's say 9 of them fail. Okay, but if one of them works, that means that we may be able to travel massive distances very quickly, and that's very exciting. And it only makes sense that if we see these crafts in the air every single day, right now, if I go to Reddit, I'm going to tell you that there are people who are, or Twitter. Let's go to Twitter. There are people guaranteed right now, somewhere on the east coast of the United States, that are uploading UFO videos that are flying over their house. So just one moment. If I go, just type in UFO. I'm not saying you do it. I'll do it. And go to latest. Um, Senior White House official allegedly instructs to suppress UFO sightings in New Jersey. That's from EBC News. Now, if you're like, what's EBC News? I don't know. Um, it's some media organization. Um, Another multiple UFO sightings in New Jersey. That was 2 minutes ago. A lot of these are in other languages, so bear with me. I've got to scroll through. Okay, here's one of them. UFO. Oh, whoa. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. There's a UFO that opens fire on a military installation. Look at this thing, firing at a military installation. This is the first time I've ever seen anything like this. The reason why I say that is I've never seen them fire things off. No way. And this, I mean, I don't want to. This makes sense. They were flying over some base. It starts with a P in New Jersey. For the past few weeks. Okay, so that was posted 4 minutes ago. Now, I'm skeptical of everything that I see on here. So it's like, okay, here's another one. Wow. Okay. Okay, this was posted 6 minutes ago. I mean, I, I've frankly, I've been studying UFOs for the better part of more than a decade every single day, and I've never seen anything like this. Here's another one firing. Let's. Wow. No way. They are really firing things. Here's one firing at something, and it's a different video than that other one, which tells you like, it's just not somebody who's got After Effects. This thing is firing like you'd see in a video game.
Yeah.
Now, there's a question. It's like, wow, here's one in Miami. Um, Hundreds of UFOs, drones have been seen flying over New York. So, I mean, this isn't like being ignored. The government just isn't willing to say what they are. But, long story short, if those are extraterrestrial vehicles of some sort, which it seems like they are, the government has already said it's not a foreign government and they're not ours. So it's like, okay, well, what else could it be? And they don't want to say.
Yeah.
But with that being said, those things have advanced physics that we don't even can't even basically comprehend at certain points. So the 10 things that we just read of ways to travel faster than the speed of light, these things could have 100, 1,000, perhaps more than that of ways to do it. Just one moment. I want to get off this farmer's dog.
Help keep your dog at an ideal weight, which is one of the proven predictive process food.com. Learn more. Offer applicable for new customers. Oh, that's hilarious.
So, I mean, that's just what's going on right now, which is really wild. So you don't really know anything about Bob Lazar, do you? I mean, you just said, no, I don't.
No.
Just one moment. Like, if you ever watch a Joe Rogan, it's this one. I watch this thing multiple times a day with people. Just one moment.
That's crazy. That was once crazy. How's that creepy pasta go?
Copy pasta.
Yeah, copy.
Crazy. That was crazy once. They put me in a room, a rubber room full of rats, and rats make me crazy.
I want to announce some upcoming tour dates.
This isn't it. I mean, I'm pulling it up.
With the Return of the Rat Tour, October 12th in Wichita, Kansas.
Here it is. I mean, this is the most fascinating thing I think that I've ever seen. I mean, I know this story pretty well, but just watch it. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, you need to turn off audio off of your other cam. That's what has it on the monitor.
I know if it's bothering you, just mute it yourself.
First of all, cheers, gentlemen. Relax. Thank you very much for doing this. I really appreciate it. I understand that you've told the story many, many times. You've been grilled many, many times, and it's very stressful for you. So I really, really appreciate your time. For people who don't know the story, there's a documentary. Jeremy Corbell has a documentary out right now. It's called Bob Lazar Area.
We're gonna keep it going. I'm right here. I just have to adjust to. I just have to adjust my cameras here, so just bear with me. You've ever wondered what it looks like to start a YouTube stream, though? You'll be able to see it.
Yeah. question that is pretty irrelevant. How did you get people in your server?
Oh, I got a bunch of ways. Just one moment, and I will go into that. Okay, so I'm live in like 12 different I'm sorry, 12 different Discord servers right now, simultaneously with my camera on, including, like, do you know who Aiden Ross is?
Yeah, his Discord server.
Yep. I'm the number one streamer there of all time. So, he's been in my YouTube channel, and he has allowed me to live stream for the last 8 months in his Discord. So if you ever go into his Discord, you can see me, and I'm live in there. And I'm live, like I'm the number one streamer all time in iShowSpeed's Discord. I'm the number one streamer in quite a few different Discords. So people see my account and they're like, "Hey, what is this all about?" They a lot of times just will message me, or they'll click on the Discord and hop in here. And I mean, I only started this Discord server less than 6 months ago, and I've got 1,500 people in here, which I think is very good. And they're I mean, I'm not saying there aren't any bots in here, but they're generally mostly real people who come in and check in and see what's going on. Um, if you see, I mean, I have a huge Discord when it comes to how many channels I have. And if you ever are curious, just click on the chat of each of the channels and you'll see I've got a lot of information in there. And um, then I also get people in here from a really unique way, which is do you know what Kick is? Kick?
Yeah, the streaming service Kick. Do you stream on there as well?
Yeah, so I did, but since they don't save your data, and I'm all about saving my data, it wasn't very attractive to me to stream on there, though I have. So what I do instead, I have over 100 YouTube accounts, over 200 Instagram accounts, over 300 Twitch accounts, over 1,000 TikTok accounts, over 2,000 Twitter accounts, and over 10,000 Kick accounts. So instead of having just one Kick account that on which I stream, which really wouldn't make a huge difference, I instead sacrificed that one account for a robot that I created that just spams people. It creates clips of people and puts my Discord in there, and it also um, it um, it follows people automatically. So what does this mean for me? Well, basically, what that does is at any given moment, anywhere in the world, my my robots are spamming, and that means um, everyone on Kick knows who I am, including the owner of Kick. His name is Eddie Craven. He and I are actually friends on Discord. Um, After he found out, like who I am, and I'm a real person, and I'm, a very serious individual about world peace. And I did an interview with some of the creators on his platform. He accepted my friend request, so we've got that connection. Um, there are other ways that I get people in the Discord as well. The um, but those are the main two. Also, my streams are many times entitled discord.me/rabbi, which is just like a one link that will get you to me just about any time. And I also I have let me think if that's all of the ways that I get people in here. Yeah, I mean generally, but like that's it gets me like 30 new people in here a day at least, and they're real people, which is the important thing. Anybody can just go out and buy people, but for people to actually be in here, and they're from all over the world. We have a girl who just joined us from Poland, and she's been sleeping in here. She just left like not too long ago. I mean, she just left for like the morning, not too long ago, like maybe less than an hour ago or so. Um, who else do we have in here? A lot of creators from Kick. So if you ask anyone on Kick who the most famous person is on the platform, there's a very good chance that people will say Rabbi Rothschild. I'm very well known there because all I do is spam people on there. So I'm I'm a celebrity, and I'm not saying that to suck my own dick. These are the words of their own streamers who have said, "You are the most famous person." The last kick stream that I did, they told me, "You're the most famous person on the entire platform, and you don't even stream on the platform," which is quite funny. Um, so those interviews are online and such. Um, but really, the main two are people like I'm live right now in Aiden Ross's Discord, the Socialized Discord, the um, um, Maya's Playhouse. I'm live in the Block Fruits Discord, and like these are all with my camera on, so all these people can watch me 24/7, and they start to get interested. My favorite Discord, though, the one where I think if I'm gonna get famous anywhere, I really mean this, is a Discord that is um it is the
You cut out there.
apologies. If I'm gonna get live or if I'm gonna get famous on any Discord, from any Discord. It's one called the Camp. It has over 200,000 members in it, and they know who I am. But even more importantly, I interact with them. I don't interact with many of the Discords just because it's too. Um, there are a lot of trolls in there, and well, not just that. That's not the reason. I can take trolls all day. The reason why is you're not allowed to self promote, and I'm the king of self promotion. I mean, I'll I'll tell you all about my streams until you're blue in the face. And basically, if you do that, you'll get banned from most any other Discord. So I just go into Discords and I just stay quiet, and then people just look at my profile and they get curious and they come in, and um, but the big one is called the Camp, and it's the one. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like the far computer there. Now what I do is it's primarily a Filipino Discord, which I'm not at all Filipino, but um, they love to sing karaoke, or many of them do. I don't want to say all Filipinos like to sing karaoke, but a lot of Filipino people like to sing karaoke, and so do I. So I will be up all night so that I hit prime time in Manila, Philippines. I can tell you they're 8 hours time difference for me. So right now in the Philippines, it's like something like 4 p.m., 4:35 p.m. And then from there, they're starting to get to know who I am. And I'm also streaming in there. Like I've got a ceiling cam right now, so they can watch me. They're watching me in there from above, and it's something called the mirror exposure effect. If you essentially show someone a an image or a symbol for long enough, they eventually get familiar with it, and then it has a positive. Generally, it has a positive impact on them. So, or they see it in a positive light. So all I do is just live stream, and kind of just me being there for a long enough time gets people to click on my profile, check out what I'm doing, and then send me a friend request or something like that, and then we're connected. And once we're connected, then they're willing to come in all the time, say hi, and do all kinds of other things. Just one moment, we've got a friend in here. What's going up? What's going on, Rich Gluten? Living the dream, baby. Absolutely, I can hear you. What do you think of Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10? You know, when we going to the moon, baby? Absolutely. Hey, when we hit 1 billion market cap, that's when we have the yacht party in Cancun. I'll see you there, okay? Excellent, baby. Hey, I just want to make you aware I'm talking to some people in Discord right now, so that's why I can't spend more time with you. But I just want you to know I hope only optimistic things for you. I hope only positive vibes go your way, okay, Rich? Thank you, man. Peace, baby. So, if you see, like, I've got this Sonic the Hedgehog pajamas and all this kind of stuff. I am not a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan.
Yeah.
I played it when I was a kid, but that was like, many decades ago. Um, but more than a year ago, yo, what's going on, Adam 22? How you living, pimp? Absolutely. Hey, how are you, baby? What's good, Adam 22? You slaying a dick like it's going out of style? All right, you need a Chinese woman bad. Well, I know a country that has like 700 million of them. It's called China. All right, I mean, to each their own. Can't you get that at a massage parlor, my man? That's okay. Adam 22, I love it, baby. You take care, and I want you to know that we wish the best for you in finding an Asian wife or a Chinese wife for you. All right, well, hey, I don't discriminate on color, whatever. You should know that we hope only the best for you, Adam 22. I'm in the middle of a conversation with some other friends here, so you take care, my man. Peace, buddy. So if you're wondering, like, who are these people? Uh, More than a year ago, a cryptocurrency started sponsoring me. The way it happened, let me first say, it has a funny name, Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu. That's the longest fucking name ever. And while it has a funny name, it's very serious. It's worth $300 million for a cryptocurrency. That's an excellent start, and it's very well known on Twitter. And basically, the community is really great. As you see, we have great camaraderie and such. And with that being said, I am basically a full-time concierge of their Telegram. So whenever anybody comes in and they're interested in anything, I can talk to them about the coin or whatever. And I do get people into the Discord from that Telegram as well. When it comes to Discord, though, Discord, a lot of servers don't want you to self promote. And like I said earlier, I'm the king of self promotion. So it's difficult for me to go in there because the first thing people say to me is, "Hey, why do you live stream all the time?" And I say, "Well, I do so for world peace. I've been streaming for more than 3 years, yada yada yada." And then all of a sudden, I find myself banned, and the reason is self promotion. So I find that it's much better for me to just go in, turn on my camera, stay absolutely quiet. Then no one can really accuse me of self promotion, and then they click on my profile and see how to get a hold of me, and then when they do, that's how we become friends. So, in a long, far too long an answer to your question, how do you get people in here? The two main ones are Kick and also Discord. Does that answer your question? I hope it does. All right, Bob Lazar, karaoke time, son. One day somebody's gonna watch you, Bob Lazar.
Child of the 80s. Yeah. I should have brought that up. We could hold it. I wanted to bring it up so bad. No, I was on the plane. I was riding on the plane. I was like, all I could see is that cat in sweatpants with his shorts on top of sweatpants riding a tricycle over down this hill. He's one of the rare guys that was like a child actor that turned out really awesome. Yeah, that's a that's a small club. That's a fucking super small club. Yeah. Because everybody that I know, and I know a few people personally that were famous as a young person, they're out of their fucking mind. They're like, you know what I say? It's like, look at him. Hey, I have a good memory. Look at me. How old was he back then? That's so crazy. Well, he's 2 years younger than me, 85. That's so crazy. Well, he's 2 years younger than me, 85. In 85, I was 18. So he's probably like, well, the 80s not so awesome. The 80s were pretty cool. Except everybody's worried that Russia was going to blow us up. True story. Yeah. True story. Yeah, I remember 85, I believe it was 85, going to, I know obviously we're both into archery, so 85, Rambo vs. World War II came out. Pops took me to the movie theater. He and I saw it, and we went straight from there to the archery shop. I got my first bow that day. Really? Yeah, I still have it. Wow. Yeah, it's awesome. I still have some of the same arrows. No shit. Yeah, I strangely don't lose things, but yeah, I remember in the backyard shooting because like he kind of half taught me, and then I was in the backyard slinging arrows and thinking like I had explosives. I was like, how badass would this be? I went to Lanai, and they have the Pineapple Brothers. Those yep. Archery thing. I brought my whole family, and then they also also have this area where you can go and you can like shoot ski. You drive like four wheelers up in the mountains, and then they had like traditional archery, like bows and arrows. And I was like, oh, let me try this. I don't know how to fucking aim. I'm terrible at it. I was like, I'm a good archer. I should be good at this. I could barely hit the fucking target from 20 yards away. I'm like, dang.
It's like the science and the art, two different things.
They're totally different.
Yeah. I've always said, like, the guys that are traditional hunters, trad guys, they're either weirdos or they're absolute killers.
Right. It's like the Arm Snyder type thing.
Yeah.
Guys who are so good at compound archery, they get tired of it.
Yeah, or they're weird guys that smell like sausage and live in the monk's basement. And you're like, what? Yeah, I know you do that, but you probably go to like rim fairs and stuff too, so I'm not sure what you do.
Well, at Archer Country, the local archer shop here in town, whenever I get a new bow or I get a new sight and I have to sight it in, you go to they have an indoor range. And a lot of times in the indoor range, there's these dorks, sorry folks, dorks with recurves. And they're at 20 yards, they're spread. It's like my arm length is barely hitting the target. Like, don't do that. This is stupid.
You don't shoot like a cardinal direction. I'm shooting east today.
Well, when they get good, like I've seen Schneider, like
he's
make
such a
groups
badass.
at 40 that are like the size of a silver dollar. But most people struggle pretty hardcore. But they say also that if you do want to hunt with it, you have to practice every day because it's almost like throwing a ball. Like, if you're throwing a ball, you know how much the ball weighs because you've thrown it a bunch of times, and you have like this muscle memory that if I throw that hard at 20 yards, I'm going to hit that thing.
Yeah, it's like a quarterback. Like quarterbacks, I know a couple of my buddies who are college quarterbacks, they're all good trad archers because they kind of like have that hand-eye spatial. They know the curve. Yeah, but you gotta be on it. My buddy got into it, Brandon Lilly, powerlifter. He got into it, and all he hunted with for a couple of years was trad. Like Catlin, like Argentina and Africa, just nuts in a sack. But he's like, no, I'm going to trad bow. Okay, man.
I was like, do you hate actors?
He got it done, but holy cow! Like,
I know, but there's something about dialing it in to like 47 yards, drawing back and centering your pin, and just watching that shot break and watch that arrow go exactly where you want it to go.
Just
and whack, and hit those ribs.
Just the dopamine button.
It's the greatest.
It is. Can you see the arrow? Does it slow down when you shoot at animals like it does for me? It looks like there's no way this arrow is ever going to get you. It's like everything, like brain. It's like with the Rise of Superman, you go in a flow state. Like everything speeds up in your brain, so actually the perception all lengthens out. They say your brain actually starts firing 3 times faster for little pictures. So that's why it slows down. This morning, I watched that arrow just right-handed turn. I'm like, that feels going to move. And it was only 27 yards, but I'm watching it. But when I'm shooting targets, I'm just like, oh, look.
I don't seem to think that. No.
Really?
No.
I always think it takes forever to get to the damn thing.
No. I'm trying to think, like, when do things slow down for me? No.
Jiu-jitsu?
No. Jiu-jitsu is just, when you're really in a good state, it's just almost like you're not thinking. It's like all of a sudden you have an armbar. It's like,
so it is a flow state.
Yeah,
just
it's a
maybe
complete flow state. But it's a flow state that's established after, thousands of hours of drilling. And that's the most important thing in jiu-jitsu, really, is drilling. Everybody loves to roll because it's so fun. Sure. Because it's like you're playing a video game. You're trying to kill each other. But the really important thing is drilling. And drilling with like a certain amount of rigor, like a certain amount of speed and intensity. You're not trying to hurt each other, but you're drilling with like intention so that your body is completely accustomed to these movements. Like your body recognizes these movements, and like you slap that elbow, grab that armpit, get that arm drag, and you hit the choke. It's almost like it happens before you even know it's happening because your brain is so it's just wired in there. Your whole nervous system knows exactly what to do.
It's like a cascading effect, like a lift in kind of deal. your partner. Like, you don't want to put your partner to go limp on you.
Sure.
But just a slight amount of like, you have good partners, a slight amount of resistance, but then go through those motions with like a little bit of speed, but not like full blast.
Sure.
But the whole idea is just get those numbers in. Bam, bam, bam. Eddie Bravo is the best explanation for this. He says, you know when you tie your shoe, you don't think about tying your shoe. You just go, bing, your shoe just ties.
Yep.
Right? Because you tie your shoes every fucking day.
Right.
You know exactly how to tie your shoes. Once you learn how to tie your shoes, it's bing.
Yep.
You go, that's what jiu-jitsu move is. It's like, it just gets in there. And you don't, sometimes you don't know what's happening until it's happened. Like, all of a sudden you have a triangle. Like, shit.
That was helpful.
Yeah. It's just, you've done it so many times that when someone overextends or when someone gives up their neck, or it just cinches up. It's just one of those things where your whole nervous system is just pre-programmed for
right.
very specific movements.
Yeah, so you've taken all these little closed skills, which are replicatable, and then put them in an open format where, like the if-then scenario, like the flow chart.
Exactly.
Go, no go.
And the best guys are the guys that drill constantly and then also study and take notes. Like Gordon Ryan. Gordon trains 365 days a year. 365 days a year. And so he doesn't take any days off. And he trains all fucking day long. So if you want to beat him, good luck. Because you have to catch those numbers. You have to bypass those numbers somehow. It's not like he's not talented. It's not like he's not intelligent. It's not like he's not physically strong. So he's got all those attributes already. Right. And then you have this insane work ethic along with dedication to technique.
Yes. And you have years or decades to catch up.
Exactly.
And you just can't.
And so there's too many guys in jiu-jitsu that were just like big muscle heads that would just like muscle a move and just give a lot of grunt. You're never going to beat a technique guy who's just as strong as you.
Right. It uses less percentage of their power and everything to do the same job.
Also knows exactly where to be. Like you might not know exactly where to be because you've gotten away with a lot of stuff because you're big. You know, because you're big and you're strong and you push through stuff. Like big guys on their back. Like there's a lot of big ones and you're a normal jiu-jitsu gym. What are the odds that there's a 250-pound guy there? Most guys are 190, 200, maybe there's a 210.
Right.
There's not a lot of really big guys.
250.
Yeah, it's rare. It's rare. So you can push these guys out of their back, and it's easier to do. So you probably do that more often. You like smashing people, so you smash all these people. But the problem is that you never develop a bottom game. You never develop a guard. You never develop the ability to get out from under a big guy and do it technically. Get that underhook, work for a half, figure a way to get back up to your feet. You're just always used to like overpowering people, and then when someone's bigger than you, you're fucked.
So, were you always strong? Like,
well, I was always strong, but I didn't
lifted
really
weights
start
and
lifting
strong
weights until I got into jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
I mean, I always lifted a little bit of weights. I always worked out a little bit, but I was more into kickboxing than anything.
Sure.
But when I started doing jiu-jitsu, I was like, oh, being strong is like a big advantage.
Yeah.
It's a huge advantage. Yeah. Which is interesting because I was watching this video and they were saying that wrestling has always acknowledged that power is really important. But for some reason, in jiu-jitsu, they would like to pretend that it's not important, that technique is everything.
Was it cultural from where it was? Like with the Gracies and with like...
I think technique is more important, right? Because if a guy doesn't have technique and he has strength and you have technique, you can beat him.
But you can't discount really fucking strong.
Right.
Right.
You also can't discount a guy who's really fucking strong with technique. And they're not mutually exclusive. Like a lot of guys that are really fucking strong also know how to grapple. And that's a giant problem.
Now, is there, like in the throws world, we always talk about technique. Speed is everything.
Explain to people what you're talking
about. Okay, so throws. Like, yes, I'm one of those nerdy guys that picked the sport was like the least paying sport of all time. So that was a hammer thrower. So it's like a shot put, steel ball, 16-pound steel ball on a 1 meter, 3-foot long wire. It's what you see on the Olympics. They spin around really fast and yell and scream and always make like the highlight reels and guys that scream.
Where did that come from? Was that a weapon at one point?
Yeah. So they actually, in Scotland, they would use it as a hammer. They would literally have like for agrarian society.
and so that became a way to train for battle because they weren't allowed. The Scottish weren't allowed to have weapons. Yeah, so they would start throwing stones
after the Braveheart days.
Yeah, during those days. So they weren't supposed to have weapons. So they're like, "F this, we're just going to take all the stuff we have and stay strong, stay ready." And then actually, their stone was called the clachnart, which meant stone of strength.
What a great name.
Wonderful. That's a Viking name if I ever heard one.
Right.
So just think about man, that's distance. So like each family, like the Logan family, like you're the patriarch, right? And you have your clachnart, like on the mantle or whatever it is. So at your family outings, whatever outings those may be, all the men, very much like the Braveheart, they would go and throw. The guy who throws the clachnart, the family stone the furthest, is kind of like the dude. Like he's like, all right, you. Now my son has surpassed me. He's showing me he's a man now, right? Here's the wildest part. This gives me chills. So they would, if they went off to battle, they would take their clachnart, their stone, and on the way out of town, they would all put it in a pile, and they're called used to call a cairn or a tarn. So they would put it in a pile. So if they did not return to battle, they had placed their own monument to their town of their sacrifice. Whoa! So could you imagine? So when you go past these old towns, and there's a pile, you're like, a lot of guys didn't come home.
And those piles are still there?
When I was in Scotland, they did say a lot of them are still there. I was competing when I did Highland Games, Scottish Highland Games, and it's wild. So like, you think about it, you're like, man, you're literally kind of placing your family's stone of like, I'm going off, and if I don't show up, like,
dude, I was in Scotland last year, and there was
what part of Scotland?
I'm not exact.
Up in the Highlands, like
Aberdeen or something or
Aberdeen.
I went with some friends, and they took us to this place that my friend owns property out there.
Gotcha.
And when we went there, there was a stone circle that is way older than Stonehenge. Yeah, and it's just sitting there.
So all this stuff in Scotland's just sitting there.
It's just sitting there in front of this dude's house, and you can go and stand on it. I was like, this is crazy. It's got like a little monument on it, but no one's stopping you from like walking around on it. And they're not big stones; they're small stones. But this stone circle, they're like, I'm like, who made this? I was asking the guy that there was knowledgeable. He's like, no one knows. It's just left laying around.
Yeah, so like Scotland. There you go.
No, that's not it, but it's kind of like that. It wasn't nearly as high. There were smaller standing stones, and it was, and there's a bunch of them like laying around. Like there's a guide stone in the ground. Like how old is that?
Wow.
Like that's probably like thousands of years old. But nobody knows. Like they don't know who made the stone.
Yeah, this
Put it there. It's just a guide stone. Like so, if you're on a trail through the Scottish Highlands, you find these rocks. We're on the right place, lad. And it's this fucking stone that's been there for 3,000 years or whatever. Like they don't even know how old it is. And it's just sitting there.
So cool though.
It's crazy. It was like across the street from this guy's house. So he's got like this one house, and there's a little street, and then across the street from his house is this stone circle that's like, who knows how fucking old. Nope, it's not that either.
Yeah, they have like the other stones of strength there, the Ember Stone. All three of these I pulled up.
Yeah.
We were just really high. Maybe we were in actually.
Oh, I was totally sober. Look at that image right there. How weird is that one? The Ring of Brockster. Did I say that?
They have some sweet names in here.
Brockster. The Ring of Brockster. Like, what did they do in that ring? How many goats died in that ring? I don't like. How many people got sacrificed in that ring? I mean, thousands and thousands of years ago. So cool.
The stones over there, like a lot of people go over to Scotland and they'll do like the stone tour. So they'll lift all the Denny stones and the Ember Stone. The Ember Stone, I looked at that was in an old lady's garden.
Right, there's like a stone.
It's like a 200, it's like a 265-pound like big egg stone, and like
just laying around.
It's literally in this lady's garden. It's called the Ember Stone.
And people go there.
And
ma'am, can I go lift your rocks?
100% what happens.
Really?
Yeah, we were over there competing, U.S. team. We went over there and like all the Highland Game guys were like, listen, check this out. We all lifted it, and she invited us in for tea. She's like, well, we'll come and sign the book. And we looked in the book, it was like Bill Kazmaier was here, so and so. So we were like, oh my gosh, like the greatest strongmen in the world had come as a pilgrimage to lift this stone, and then they signed the book. We're like, this is awesome. We didn't cross the street. Yeah. And then
how do you say that word?
We call it the Ember Stone.
Ember called.
Yeah.
Called stone.
Yeah.
It seems like it's almost been like honed.
Oh, that
doesn't it seem like it was polished?
Yeah, chipped.
Oh, that one actually has
Well, but anyway, a thrower is a person who decides to do a sport that doesn't pay a lot. No, I'm just kidding. But it's shot put, discus, hammer, javelin. It was all those original Olympic sports that were all weapons. And so
that'd be a good sport for a trans woman.
Oh, you would. Oh,
you would dominate.
Oh, man, my
regular chicks wouldn't have a chance.
Oh, I'm at 48 years old. I could still throw the living crap out of a women's implement if I wanted to. It'd have been great, dude. But yeah, I was part of the track and field. I got into it in college, kind of a weird Forrest Gump-like story, and it changed the course of my life.
Have you done whip, run, shoot yet with Cam?
I haven't done the whip cam. No, we've played around and done some stuff like that at my farm. Me and Jim.
You should do his podcast, the Whip, Run, Shoot Show.
That'd be great.
It makes you carry a rock up the fucking mountain.
I went up visiting with him. I haven't carried the rock, and but I'm sure you've done
it's the Cam rock. I haven't done this. I'm not doing that. Fuck out of here.
That was rough.
Yeah,
that was rough. I started running. I'm not a big cardio guy.
I never see you going anywhere where that guy's running.
Dude, he is as advertised as a badass.
Like, he's a complete psychopath.
Legit.
He's one of my best friends. He's a complete psychopath.
We all got running, and then he kind of left me, and then like he got to the top, and then he did his dance, and then he came back down, and like, hey man, it was very remarkable. Like he goes, all right, why do I do this all the time? He goes, if we crested this corner right now, and you saw the biggest pull of your life at 70 yards, could you make this shot? I'm like, bro, I'm looking at my ear hole right now, like I'm screwed. He goes, that's why I do this every day. I'm like, yeah, track and field.
He's also addicted to exercise. He's addicted to cardio.
Yeah.
I think
not so much.
A state of mind that a lot of those distance runners get in that they get really, really addicted to. And there's a runner's high. Like the runners.
Have you experienced that?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Long cardio sessions. Yeah.
I never have. I've tried it, and I just seem to get more than that the harder than I go into weights.
Well, got like that power strength throwing background. You know, it's like it doesn't really benefit you to be really into cardio.
Yeah.
It actually probably diminish some of your strength.
Like heavily. Yeah, Greg asked me back in '07 when I was throwing Island weights. He was like, you have to do cardio or do CrossFit. And I was like, why? And he was like, no, it'll help your throwing. I go,
oh, the CrossFit guy?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it works out at all?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not taking advice from you.
Well, I was sitting there and I was like, I'm 265 pounds. He's like, you should do CrossFit. And I'm like, I'm trying to be the best thrower in the world, and that has nothing to do with any of this other stuff.
Yeah, I have a golden rule when it comes to taking advice. I don't take advice from anybody who looks like shit.
That sound advice.
If you look like shit, I'm not taking advice. I know you had like some physical problems, right?
Yeah,
something's wrong with him or something.
But the bottom line is, unknown and unknowable was not my sport. My sport was extremely known and extremely knowable. I know the Olympic trials are on this day, and I need to show up at the footing line.
And also, if you want to be a power lifter, or if you want to do some just completely power focused exercise, it does not benefit you to spend time getting into like extreme cardiovascular shape. Like you do need to do what kind of running the Cam does.
Yeah, and it's not even not beneficial stuff at home.
Right.
I mean, we would joke like, why run when you can walk? Why walk when you can sit down? Why sit down when you can lay down? Like as throwers, that was what we would do. And we would lay down every chance we could eat, every chance you get. And we were like, I'm going to stand up and do something really hard and fast for 3 seconds. Right. And then I'm going to go rest for a while.
Yeah.
Call me when I'm back out.
Yeah, I mean, there's different things have different requirements. But if you want to be a mountain elk hunter, what he does is very beneficial. I just can't run. I have a bad left knee. It's been really bothering me the last few years.
Yeah.
And I just twisted it again this September.
Yeah, you were saying your sciatica was there too.
That was another problem. That was from overuse of, no, it's just being stupid. That's overuse of archery. So
what?
Yeah, because, you know, I have 2 bows. I have a bow that's 84 pounds and a bow that's 90 pounds. So I'm pulling these 90-pound bows 100 times a day.
Are you shooting that many times a day?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, you have to. For that moment when like a fucking giant bull walks in between the trees and you have a 70-yard shot, you have to 100% be confident you can make that shot. So I'm shooting at 84 yards over and over and over and over. Oh, I'm obsessive with the phone. So it's the pulling, I'm sure that's it, but it's also holding it right there in that position. And it's all in my right lower back. But it's
talked about the other day with Derek, where they're doing electrical muscular stimulation while you go through exercises. It's really helpful.
Really?
Yeah, it's been 3
It's like a
weeks.
microcurrent or more like a.
It juices you up, like it, because all the muscles contract.
Like stem kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's very strong. So this is, and you can crank up the intensity. So this is some of the shit like you saw Mike Tyson when he was training for Jake Paul. He was doing that. Like, what I think it's really good for. I don't know if it's good for a lot of these things, but it's really good for rehabilitation.
Sure.
For rehabilitation, I think there's tremendous benefits to it. And I bet there's some benefits for athletes for working on specific things and doing it while you're getting juiced up. But man, for me, it's helped me quite a bit. Pretty quickly too. Like 3
Was it
weeks
on
later.
that specific spot, or they firing something else?
No, they're firing a lot of different parts of your back. So it's like both sides of my back, my obliques, my core, and just going through a bunch of rotational exercises and a bunch of different things to strengthen the lower back. And just, you're getting a lot of blood flow through there and stretching it, and it just was. I was getting pain, and I was like, "Shut up, pussy," and I would just ignore the pain, and then it just got bad. It got bad to the point where my hips were getting kind of numb. And when I was hiking up hills, like in October, when I was hunting in October, it was bothering me a lot. And I was like, okay, I gotta really do something about it.
Yeah, because it could be, talk yourself in or out of something really hard, but if it's something that's just going to be chronic, like, well, I'm
I was
screwing
turning
myself.
it chronic.
Yeah.
But it's a lot better now.
Good.
It's a lot better now. And it's only been 3 weeks.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. My knee is still fucked, but not totally. It's
What's
mostly soft tissue. I twisted it. I twisted it crossing slippery ground in September. And I've had a lot of problems with it. I've had 2 knee surgeries. I had my ACL reconstructed. I had a meniscus piece removed. And then when I was skiing, the last time I skied, last and final time I ever skied, this lady didn't know how to ski. She like slid into the trail, and I tried to not wipe out, not hit her rather, and I wiped out, and I got what's called an insufficiency fracture. So it's the bone fractured at the top of my shin, my fibula, or my tibia rather, right where the cartilage is. And so, yeah, that created quite a bit of pain. And then I twisted it again one time when I was about to get on stage. At Stubbs, I was going to Stubbs, which is like this outside concert venue, and I was looking at my phone to turn my voice recorder on so I could like record. But as I was doing it, I twisted my knee on this concrete step and just yanked the shit out of it to the point where my leg.
I think at this point you get too nervous on stage when you're talking.
No, I'm not nervous at all.
You still get nervous when
you really care about it. You should get excited.
Yeah, I used to call my national leg when I would go to national championships in hammer back. My right leg would bounce. God, here it is. It was one throw a year. It was like, oh, for back. Oh, it's adrenaline. This is when you're physically peaking for it. You're like, this is the day I have to compete, and you're like helpless. But you're like, this is the day. And like everything else is kind of work. But then you're like, I'm cashing out today. I get to cash out. I get to like win this. Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Doing exciting things is really fun, and it's so important for you to grow as a human. Do something that scares the shit out of you. Do something that excites you. Do something that's difficult.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost, I don't know, sometimes it's good when it's more dynamic or you don't know when it's going to happen, but looking forward to something is pretty badass too, because then you can start focusing training and focusing efforts and then going through, like, how much stage is it? You go up the stage of excitement and you're like, okay, I'm excited, I got this, good, get back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is with everything. I mean, I think it's these processes of like recognizing there's a goal, working towards it, solving problems, working hard, pushing yourself with discipline. That's how you grow. And it's like that. That's how everything grows, right? This is how your mind grows. This is how your body grows. This is how your life grows. Like you have to do stuff that's hard, and then you get better at doing stuff that's hard, and that's how you get better.
Yeah, and then you level up and this next wilderness, you're like, all right, well, what's the next
But
one?
when that alarm clock goes off, it's so hard to know that. You know them, but the force of the bed, the gravity of that warm bed.
It's cold in the room.
Oh, especially sure you've done some hunts where you're in tents or something.
Oh yeah.
And then you're like, I know I really want to get out there, but oh my goodness, you're like my boots are frozen, and maybe that bull will just kind of walk more this way.
First hunt I ever did was Eagle Hell in Montana.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one.
It was
That was a good
9
episode.
degrees. 9 degrees one day. It was just like, Jesus Christ, it's so cold.
That was the hunt that started it all for you, wasn't it?
Yes.
Little porky kind of buck.
That was it right there.
Oh, okay.
That's the buck.
All right.
Yeah, that's the first buck I ever shot.
Wow, that's him. Yeah. The buck that launched 1,000 hunting careers.
Well, it was life-changing experience. But
Yeah, I
one of
remember
those
that.
things where you realize, like, wow, where are the people by the houses? And it was only, by the way, it was only, I think, October. It was October 2012. I'm pretty sure it was October. And it was only 9 degrees, something like that. Like, what was it like in February to report bucks? Well, it's January, like, in the morning, and you're in a tent. Wow.
Well, like Josh Neff up there at NKC was talking about, like, yeah, everyone loves Yellowstone. Y'all about to find out in February. He's like, everyone wants to move here. He goes, stick around. It's going to get live here in about January or February.
How many people got super confused by that show, bought a house there, and they're like, what is this? Why is the ground solid?
Exactly.
Oh, I love it.
It's fantastic.
Especially someone who's never lived in the real north before. You don't know what happens when the ground freezes. The ground is a piece of rock. Like, so if you fall on it, it's a rock. Everything freezes. Yeah.
That's a whole different animal.
It's a different way to live, that's for sure. But, I was talking with this gentleman, Rick Strassman.
Oh, cool.
He's a scientist. But we were talking about the time when he was living in Alaska. And he used to live in Alaska, and he lived in Southern California, and then he moved to Fairbanks, where it's 39 degrees below zero. And he's like, what the hell? And then it's dark for like 10 hours.
Everyone's depressed.
Yeah. Or it's not dark for 10 hours, rather. It's only light for 4 hours. It's light for 4 hours, so it's dark for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
You've been to Alaska?
Oh, yeah.
I would think. You like it?
I like the people up there. They're hard people. The intimidators, but they're kind of human.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in
Battle tested.
They are, and everyone wears extra tough boots.
Yeah. You're friends with Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler's always walking around over there in flip-flops.
That guy hunted yesterday in shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's different. Killed deer in shorts.
If you're in Alaska and you're in flip-flops, you're going to die. Feet are going to freeze off. You're going to have no feet.
Yeah. Yeah. I was out of the car out there. We were in Homer, Alaska. We played pool, jacking around.
Where's Homer?
Homer is they have this big spit that comes out. It's how far up there? Far?
That's all far. It's pretty big, man. I don't know. Can you see how big it is? And they lay it over the country.
Jamie, where's Homer?
How much we stole.
There it is. Of course we have that. Yeah, there it is. So we were,
Damn, Alaska's big.
it's so cool, isn't it? So we're on that like big spit. So we were on that bay, which is crazy. And yeah, so we're down there. And we were at the bar cruising around. And I remember I walked into the bathroom and I was like, I just kind of noticed, I was like, there's no mirror on the wall. Whatever. It's like, that's kind of interesting. And one of the guys was like, yeah, there's no mirrors in the bathrooms in Alaska because it doesn't matter what you look like. You better be capable, you're going to die. And I was like, what a cool place. Like, he's just like, no one cares what you look like here. Everyone's hair is all thrown out and dirty and oily and greasy. He's like, yeah, that's the flex here if you can make it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like, God, what a cool. But yeah, we were sitting in that bay, looking across the bay where the pair of spotters and looking at tracks and seeing animals across the bay like 19 miles away. It was crazy on that white snow. I never thought you could see that white snow.
Okay, well, how much magnification is
90?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, some monsters. But still, it was like, big saguaro that you see, all the D1 stuff up in space. But,
I know it's cool. Was it like a hunt with traditional bows, no binos, no spotting scopes, no woodpecker, no pathfinder,
the
no
apps.
apps? I have apps. I have everything.
Oh, yeah.
I have a rangefinder that syncs up with my app.
Of course you do.
But I haven't even set it up yet. But
Do you know how to See, here's the problem. I have a lead pull rangefinder. I really like lead pull. It's full draw.
Yep.
The reason why I like it is because it'll show you the arc of your arrow.
Yes.
So this is how nerdy it is, folks. So my arrows go 294 feet per second.
Okay. How heavy?
These are 475 grains, and you calculate all this stuff. You put all this stuff into the rangefinder, and the rangefinder knows exactly how heavy your arrow is, exactly what the peak of it's going to be as it comes off your bow, how fast it's going, and it gives you a line.
Yes.
So that line. So if I'm shooting through a gap into a tree, and I actually did this a couple of years ago. I actually did it when I had a Garmin rangefinder where I got that. And apparently they're getting better, but they fucked me a couple times. It would fuck me on my range. Like I'd be at full draw on my range, and I know it's 84 yards, and I press the button, and I'm not getting a range. And I press the button again, so you would press the button and give you a red dot. It's the greatest thing of all time. It's like a pistol. Like you see that red dot, that clear lens, and then that dot. It's the best sight picture of all time. Of all time.
Yeah.
Everything else, like the post or the side post, they get a little in the way, just a touch. Yeah, not bad. I can deal with it, But that red dot was fucking amazing. So, I'll show you the roll afterwards. Actually, it was really cool. And he was coming through this gap, and I wasn't sure if the arrow was going to make it there. So I pulled out the second rangefinder, and I clicked on that, and I got the height of the arrow. I knew I could make it, and then I used the rangefinding sight. So
a man that knows his tools.
The opposite of these guys with your traditional bow. Like, I'm using technology.
Sure.
So the new lethal bow, the problem is it doesn't have this height thing in it. But the new one, when you range an animal with Onyx Hunt,
yep.
So you range the animal and it puts a pin down where an animal is.
Yeah, I actually had this. I was one of the test subjects for that. They sent me. Yeah, like 2 years ago, I was hunting with Deseret, giving them feedback. We found a mule deer the day before, and I ranged and marked it. And we went back the next day and I found 14 mils.
That's crazy.
It was awesome.
That's crazy because I say that about everyone. Like Vortex makes awesome NL Pures, and you're like. It's almost like I wish I never lived through it.
Oh,
that's the RX 5000.
Yeah, that thing is bad.
It's pretty dope. So it syncs up with your Onyx Hunt. So you can show you how it works there. So what's really good about that is not just you know where you're hitting you know where the animal is. So if you have to go around somewhere, get away from the wind.
Well, the spot and stalk is so nice because we were hunting mule deer in Arizona, and you could same thing. You're circling around, and your depth of perception. I've been 200 yards off.
I feel like this is more designed though for the rifle hunter, and this is like they're even showing guys like going 2,000 yards with this thing. I feel like for the bow hunter, they just need to add that. Maybe they're just making it too big, but add that height of arrow technology. I don't know why they wouldn't put that in there.
Yeah.
Because I can't use it. I need that. That is so good.
That is
for elk
good.
hunting.
Yeah.
For me, it's like gaps are everything. I want to be sneaky and just make my way around a tree. Just give me this. Give me this much. And if I know that the arrow's never going to hit the top or the bottom, I'm golden. And I have full confidence. Because otherwise, it's a mind fuck. Listen, I'm sure you've had arrows that branched.
Oh, yeah.
It sucks so hard.
Yeah.
Whack.
Yeah. You're going to occlusion sometimes.
A few years back in Utah, and I don't think that has the app. It's the shit. That is to me. I've had a bunch of different ones that were really cool. Like Aaron Schneider turned me on to this Nikon massive SIG ones?
I've used cams. I've tried that. Pretty dope.
I'm running 16s.
Yeah? Oh, right, because you can just hold them.
Because you just hold. I've run Sporos since 1999, and I started leaving mine at home because I like the SIG so much. And they do the new HD, so it has a better glass. Now, it's still not as durable for the storms. I mean, that's just me. But because you can stabilize, I can run 16s. I'll run 16s in the woods because I can just peer through everything in that wood.
I ran 12s in the woods this year, which is a little too much.
When you're not stabilized.
I usually run 10s, but when sometimes...
10 by 42s?
Yeah. Sometimes when you're looking at something that's really far off, you're like, I don't know if that's a good bull. Is that worth chasing? The 12s make all the difference in the world. But what I do is I don't have my baseball hat. I learned this trick from Remy Reynolds.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So what you do is you
Remy's a hands-on guy.
you clip that sucker down tight so your hat's on tight, and then I'll do this. Hold my binos right here. Or take my bow and put it here and then stack it on top of the bow. Press the bow up against your chest so it's not going to go anywhere, and then stack it on top of the can of the bow. A lot of guys do that.
Sure.
But Remy taught me this one, and I think this one